October 2022, and we haven't done a walk and talk looking around Walking Street for a long time. And I thought, you know what? Let's put that to bed. Let's come and have a look at what Walking Street looks like now COVID has gone. Let's start off with a few observations about Walking Street from the last time he was here. First of all, as you can see, the pavements have gone, and it is just one lot of wide surface. Vehicle access, or vehicular access, as I called it in a stream earlier, is until 7 o'clock. So we've got about 10 minutes, and then vehicles should stop, and all the vehicles that are parked here must be gone, or they're going to get ticketed. Secondly, there's no masks. As you can see, I'm not wearing a mask. I do like to actually wear a mask from time to time, sometimes just to conceal my identity. But I do like to wear one sometimes on public transport or in a 7-Eleven or something like that. But the good news is that to come out, to go into Walking Street, and basically to do most things apart from certain government buildings like immigration, the airport, banks, you will have to wear a mask. But other than that, masks are gone. Another thing you might recognise is there are a lot of cannabis shops here now. Cannabis for sale has been legalised. Under certain circumstances, sometimes you need licenses. Every individual is allowed to grow 10 plants, but you need a license for that. And it should be only for medicinal purposes. Listen to the end. And you're not allowed to smoke it or consume it in public. Now, let's just say that that's not the case in reality. A lot of those rules are being flaunted. So you will see a lot of cannabis shops about. The cannabis laws are changing all the time, so be very careful, and also be careful if you are a citizen of a country like, for example, the United Arab Emirates or Singapore, where you might be drug tested. Be careful. There is cannabis not all over the place, but you can certainly smell it in certain places. One more thing I want to tell you about is you might see behind me a lot of people walking by. There are a lot of visitors here from India. There are a lot of Indian party groups here at the moment. There aren't any Chinese, and certainly the Russians, for obvious reasons, are a little low on the ground. But other than that, it's business as usual. We're going to go and take a look and see which bars are open and which are closed. Come with me. A while ago, do you remember this time last year, or maybe 18 months ago, all I was saying is there's only 2 bars open on Walking Street. My bar, which was then a restaurant, the pub on Soy Diamond, and this cannabis shop is open as well. And if you just look over here, you'll see another place that's opened up called Green Island. This juice bar here used to be a lovely little, what I'd call a knick-knack shop. Maybe my mum would call it that. You could buy Buddhist amulets and all sorts of things for, tourists, and gifts home and stuff like that. They were open all the way through COVID, and then about this time last year they just gave up and left, and so that's been replaced by Juice Bar, which is quite popular as well. Great to see some of the 7-Elevens back as well. This one hasn't been back for a while, but it is back now, and I think almost all the 7-Elevens are open. The one at the bottom of Soy Diamond that you might remember on Second Road, that has now been permanently closed and is looking for a new tenant. For those people thinking of setting up a bar there, it is a great location actually. Second Road, loads of traffic, a BART bus route as well. It's opposite a school, so you won't be able to get an entertainment or alcohol license, I would assume. Although I do remember when I first came to Thailand, it was a tailor's, and then it turned into a bar, and then it turned into a 7-Eleven. So maybe the license got took off the bar, I don't know. And of course, the 7-Eleven would have had an alcohol license as well, so who knows. This here, I've got to say, is a bloody brilliant idea. This used to be Rock House, I think it was called. But what they're doing now is they built loads of seating so you can come and sit and look at Walking Street. What they've done is they built it like a stadium. So the seating, there's like rows of seating, and then it goes up and up and up. And so wherever you sit in that bar, you'll be able to see Walking Street. You'll be able to people watch. What a brilliant idea. Why did I not think of that? So there it is. I don't think it's open to the public because obviously the lights are off. But seriously, the first time I saw that, I thought, bang, fireworks off in the head. That is a great idea. Just over to the left here, Dole's German-owned beer bar. Wadikap. That is open. and doing great business as well. Skyfall, owned by a couple of friends of mine, that has been open for a while and very, very busy. It's kind of one of the first bars that you come to when you hit Walking Street. Bliss, that is open, part of the French group, as it's called, which owns, let me see, Pin Up. What else have they got? Shark A Go Go. They've also got Fahrenheit, and they're soon to be launching a brand new super club, of which I will tell you more. But for the time being, Bliss is now open, one of the first bars you come to. I have to say, just after we go past the C Zone, the old Lighthouse bar, that looks like it's gone permanently. There are stuff outside there, so it's not opening. Mooley, can we say hello to you on YouTube? Hey, Mooley! Lovely to see you. Who remembers Mooley from FLB Bar?
Yes.
And also recently working somewhere else, but now you're at the Lobster Pot.
Yeah.
Lovely to see you, baby. And we know you're not been too well, Mooley. How are you? Sabai mate?
Sabai ka.
Lovely. And good luck with your job here, babe. ขอให้โชคดีนะ
Thank you.
Thank you, Mooley. Lobster Pot อาหารอร่อยไหม
อร่อยมาก
จริงเหรอ
Big
อัน
King
สาวสวยด้วย
Lobster สวยด้วย
Lovely. Thanks, girls. Take care. Thank you. Richard Go-Go, I can't remember what it used to be called. It was owned by some Chinese. Ridiculous rent there, that's gone. Who remembers this used to be an open-air, two-story live music venue. I think it was called Walking Bar or something like that. That's closed. By the way, I have missed it out a little bit earlier. Down the road, Stonehouse is open now and doing good trade. And next door but one, there's Cavani Bar, which is kind of an Indian disco, and above that, sorry, the Indian disco is on the second floor, and you've got a go-go on the ground floor. The Red Car Bar is now called the Red Car Bar, but it didn't used to be called the Red Car Bar. It used to be called Walking Street Bar, I think. But now it's just changed its name because everyone calls it Red Car, and it's now indeed called Red Car. Maybe they had to wait until they got a new license to change the name, but they changed it now. This 7-Eleven here, where we filmed before, where there was that horrific murder that I've talked about on an earlier video, that is still closed. How about Sugar Baby? Sugar Baby, where I used to work, used to be called Gold Club. As you can see, it's now for rent. Very expensive. Fantastic venue, great location, but it is closed at the moment. A venue that's been hyped and is finally open is the new Frogland venue. Who remembers this? It used to be Simon Beer Bar 2. It's now changed its name. The people from Frog Bar have bought it and have developed it. It looks fantastic. Allegedly a 20 million baht light show. Looks fantastic, and it's good how the lights kind of come onto Walking Street and then they go back into the bar, so your eyes naturally follow. Very, very clever marketing ploy. Lots of bars are closed at the moment, but they're looking for rentals, and it's a developing bar. It will be really good. It's in a great location. When they get some nice girls in there, it'll be really rocking. So Frogland, which used to be Simon 2, is open and looking good. Now, you know, I was telling you there's some news of an exclusive new massive venue for a very, very big go-go chain here in Walking Street. Well, we'll be talking about it later. But for the time being, we're not allowed to say anything. Fahrenheit is massive still, fantastic. Loads and loads and loads of girls. Fantastic venue if you want to come to that. Your Mama Sandar. Oh, my favourite Mama Sandar, who has very slowly turned from a beautiful woman into a beautiful boy over the years. He's working there. Dar, if you're watching, I love you, babe. Yeah, okay. King Seafood, who own King's Cafe, that is still open. I know it was looking for a buyer maybe a year ago, and me and a few people had a look around. By the way, there's a lovely little bar inside there. If you're ever looking for a nice bar and you're not going to the pub on Soy Diamond or my new bar Milk, you can go in there. It's really, really nice. Thai owners, a lot of Thai people go there, and it's great. Always nice to see the ice bar. This is a nice little bar as well if you want to come down Show off your manliness. Maybe you're from the northeast, a Newcastle supporter or Sunderland or something like that. You want to get into the minus 11 degrees room and take off your shirt and show you your lady, what a fantastic man you are. Meanwhile, your lady stands there and thinks, what the hell have I just bar fined? You can go in there. Vodka in the ice room. It's a great experience. It's lovely to take a girl. And here's a little tip. If a girl ever says to you, oh, I'd really, really like to go to England or America or wherever you live, say, I'll tell you what, why don't we go somewhere that has got the same environment and temperature as my homeland? Take her in there and she might have two thoughts about ever seeing you again. Ice Bar, good luck to them. And we'll be going up Soy 15 on another video where I'll be showing you the places that are open there. But needless to say, Sapphire is absolutely rocking, and so is Dollhouse. Two great bars that you want to visit. Something that makes Thailand and Southeast Asia famous, the soy food. I like coming down here. On Soy 15 here, you get Pad Thai, which is like the supposed to be the national dish of Thailand. Wonderful stir-fried chicken or pork or shrimp with noodles and all sorts of lovely vegetables and stuff. Fantastic here, but you can see the girls and everybody else that is working in the bars are filling up from the street food before they go to work, and it's really cheap. And if you can get here about this time, about 7 o'clock in the evening, it's great to just meander around and see what's going on, maybe taste some of the food and take photos of the food as well, because the colours are amazing, the flavour really gets to you, and it's a great experience. We've just come to the entrance to the Beverly Hills of Pattaya. Yes, Soy Diamond. What a wonderful delight to await you there. Oh, my cashier's here. Hello, Pen. Look at Pen working away. What do you got? Oh, she's got some underwear. There, nice. And some food as well. Okay, Pen. I've got no money, by the way. See you later, Pen. Keep working. She's a hard-working girl. Right. We're at the entrance to Soy Diamond. We're going to do a separate video about Soy Diamond. You might have seen my video already about Katowice, world's most famous ladyboy go-go bar. And of course, Windmill, still banging for 15, 20 years now. What a marvellous club that is, and a legend in these parts. Also, of course, Coco, a brand new bar which has took over from Supergirl and The Sea. Oh no, I beg your pardon, Supergirl. The Sea is a brand new go-go bar, and that is called Hilton. I'm sure they're going to get a cease and desist letter soon. I can't say it. They're going to get told off for using that name. But anyway, good luck to Hilton and Coco. They're doing good as well. Let's move on. We're going to try and keep it on the main drag of Walking Street. You look at Iron Club. Iron, clearly. Oh, look, the old Thai sign writers have been busy there. Iron Club, come back soon. Renovation. I don't have to say anything else, do I? They are renovating and they're coming back soon. Sexy Airport is still for sale, and a lot of misconception and misinformation about all the bars on this side of the Soy. They're going to get closed down, everywhere's going to be demolished. Hasn't happened, unfortunately. As you can see, it's not even 7:30 and Walking Street is really busy. But those bars are for rent at the moment. Not so Sensations. My mate Martin, who is a fantastic operator, solo owner, runs a fantastic bar and it's been open for quite some time now. This is interesting here. I don't remember what this used to be. It might have been a clothes shop or something. But anyway, right now, as you can see, it's called Mong Dolay. There you go. And it's a Thai style burger place. It's also doing fast food Thai style. And it's interesting, isn't it, how more of these food shops are cropping up. Maybe some of the beer bars are going, and some of the clothes shops and other stuff is going. Tattoo place is gone, and more of these sort of little eateries going. But this is quite busy, but always late at night. Now, doing really, really well is this place, the Glass House. All you've got to do is walk outside to see the great lineup of girls they've got. We're speaking to the owner just recently, and by the way, another guy who runs and owns a go-go bar all by himself. That deserves a round of applause. Well done. to Todd and all the crew there. And it's a fantastic lineup. They really are rocketing, according to the owner, Todd, who is a guy that I really admire for just keeping going during COVID. So well done, everybody at Glasshouse. And check out their lineup. One of the hidden gems and one of the best lineups in Pattaya right now. A lot of you might stay at PP Hotel. That is still open, and it's been for a while. Nightclubs on Walking Street. A lot of people thought that when places like the Beach Club opened in LK and on Tree Town and other nightclubs in that area, that Walking Street would lose its luster for clubs. I'm pleased to report that a lot of those clubs, the Warehouse, Blitz, Bling, are doing okay. But now we have a full set of clubs that are open here on Walking Street and doing really well. We passed 808 a while ago, which is really busy, predominantly hip-hop music. Lucifer, another institution here. I remember Lucifer back, I think in the early 2000s. It has changed a lot, and can I be quite honest, I'm not really a massive nightclub fan because I'm just the oldest swinger in town and I don't like the noise levels too much. But that is doing really well as well. Other nightclubs that are open, obviously iBar and Insomnia still banging it out. Don't forget Republic, still banging it out. My friend Brett there and other owners have got one of the busiest bars between Walking Street and Soy Marine. And also the new bar that has just opened, which is called Mist, spelt with a Y, it's M-Y-S-T. Panda is open as well. So all those nightclubs, really, I would like to say, along with the bars that are in LK Metro, Tree Town, and along Soy Pukao, we have the best nightlife here in Southeast Asia. Right now we're on Millionaires Row. This is the absolute highest footfall in any entertainment area in Pattaya, possibly even in Thailand. I can't imagine the Khao San Road is any more busier. You've got the top three, Palace, Atlantis and Tantra, all open. They've been open. Actually, Tantra gets a gold star for being open. Oh, whoops, cameraman, we've got to move forward. For being open. Don't forget, vehicles are banned after 7 o'clock. I think that one was just moving away. Tantra was the first go-go to reopen on Walking Street after COVID. Atlantis, my mate Ken, who's got that, is doing great stuff there. A smaller bar, but really intimate, and a great vibe there, especially if you're from Norway and you like consuming a lot of black vodka. It's great. One of the things that I do see going on, which worries me slightly, is the BB gun stalls. There's two of them. There's this one here, and you may have seen the one where me and my ex-girlfriend Pui did a little video. My concern is there's someone firing BB guns, and look at the people just walking around. It only takes a nutter to get that gun and maybe start firing, and everyone's got big problems. But anyway, let's look on the bright side, because we're coming to, again, another area of high intensity. Some of the highest rents I would have thought on Walking Street, and some of the best lineups. We've got Moon A Go-Go here, and then of course the big one, Pin-Up. Pin-Up used to be all of this here, so it used to start where you can see that motorbike and come all along here. This place is for rent now. They're looking for somebody to take it over. If you've got a few $1 million actually, you could probably put a great go-go bar there. But Pin-Up, still a great lineup of the girls. Probably the most girls on one stage will be at Pin-Up, and the girls are arriving now. They're a bit camera shy though, so they're all going to start ducking when I walk by, but let's have a look anyway. I did say at the start of the video that there was a lot of Indian visitors here in Pattaya, and one of their biggest clubs is this one here. It's actually owned, it's dual ownership. There's Indian ownership and also Western ownership, interestingly. This used to be a really, really loud grunge rock venue, whose name escapes me. I'm ever so sorry. It used to be incredibly loud, and they used to play like all the old grunge classics, and there were long-haired people there who were clearly tone deaf. sitting there and nodding her head away to the music. It's now turned into the Nightclub. Come and have a look at the entrance to this. I personally think that there is one of the most impressive entrances I've seen of any nightclub venue in Southeast Asia. Those screens that are looping that water feature, if you like, I mean, the price of them, you just wouldn't believe. And it looks great, doesn't it? They usually have Indian drummers outside, getting a bit of atmosphere going. And although I haven't been inside, I know it's not cheap. For some reason, Indian customers and Indian visitors to Pattaya have a bit of a reputation for being cheap Charlies. Go in there, it's going to be at least 200 baht for a beer, and it's going to be 200 baht for a Coke as well. And there's plenty of girls there, sometimes a little bit on the larger side, but hey, different strokes for different folks. But I think this guy has been here for 30 years, and he just sells wholesale beer and alcohol to the bar. So if you run out of a case of Heineken or a case of San Miguel, sometimes you're in the pub, it's packed out, and you see me walking in with a case of San Miguel. I bought it from this guy. He's the friendliest, nicest guy. He's probably going to go and tell me to piss off now and stop filming. But he is fantastic. And if you are stuck for a few bottles of beer, or he sells some quite nice wine as well, go into there. And the moment he opened, I said, you know what, walking streets back. Again, if you've got unlimited pockets and fancy doing a go-go bar, this place is for sale. The building's not for sale, it's just for rent basically. But right here in the centre of Walking Street, I bet if I phoned up there to rent it, I don't think you're going to get much change from about 300,000 baht a month. But who knows? Give it a call and find out. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. How many times have people come on their first holiday to Pattaya and been tempted into that boxing ring by those boxers? And yes, I think it's the same boxers that were here 30 years ago, to have a bit of a play fight with them. The Muay Thai show, and it is a show, I'll be honest with you, is going strong. Sit here and watch the two boxers have a fight, or get in yourself and then come out needing ambulance assistance. It's all part of the fun of Walking Street. One of the first bars that I ever came in, the first day I ever came to Walking Street, was Peppermint. Peppermint, for those who remember, used to be just up those escalators right here. Here's another vehicle that doesn't exist. Fancy a pair of shoes? Get Balloon Chaser. Cheers, mate. As you can see, vehicles gradually moving off from 7 o'clock. But up those escalators was Marine Disco on the right, and just to the left of that was Peppermint. It's now relocated down here. It did close about a year before COVID struck, but glad to say that it's open again. And all your favourite staff are still there. Interestingly, not a part of the Happy group anymore. I have actually missed out Happy A Go-Go a little bit earlier on. Happy is probably the biggest name, along with What's Up and Misty's, that are still closed, and I think looking for new owners. But Peppermint has been bought out. It's not part of the Happy group anymore. It's independent, and it, for all means, it looks like it's doing well. When we was outside Sensations, I said that Living Doll Showcase was now part of their group, and it is. Martin's bought this and done it out. Spent a lot of money. It looks fantastic. A lot of the management and staff from Misty's, it used to be on Soy 15, have moved here. And so some familiar faces, and it's really, really nice inside. It's probably, I think, definitely actually, the last go-go for Western customers on Walking Street before you hit the Tree and then iBar and Soy 16. Another Pattaya institution you might remember is over there, which is, I remember that was called Jenny Star Bar, apparently. I mean, I never used to go in there. Quite a famous late night ladyboy bar. It's now called Linda's Bar. So obviously, I don't know what happened to Jenny, but Linda's took it over. And it's still open, and they've done a bit of refurbishment there, and it looks fantastic. This bar here, as you can hear, all vehicles must be removed by 7 o'clock. Over here, this is bar famous for having a lot of African lady freelancers sit here, and they're sitting here, they're plump, they're rather large posteriors in some cases on these seats. This bar was famous before COVID for having the oldest televisions in the whole of Pattaya. They were these 4x3 screens with the cathode ray. I'm sure there wasn't even a remote for them, they were that old. And disappointingly, the TVs have been replaced by brand new flat screen TVs. Boo! I tell you what, you must have got a lot of dust when they took them TVs down. But there it is. This bar very, very busy, especially late at night. Lots of freelancers here from all around the world. You might find a little friend. If you ever see any really oldie worldy photos of Walking Street back in the 80s or 90s or whatever, you always see that, which is the famous Pattaya, the Walking Street tree. It's been there for generations. I was a bit worried that when they laid down a new surface they would dig it up or spoil the roots or something, but it's still there and still looking fantastic, and is an institution really, the famous Walking Street tree. And I remember one bar owner said to me when I first came to Pattaya to work, he says, "You know what, Phil, it's really hard to get any of them past that bleeding tree." But there it is. There's the tree. And after that, he is right actually, it was true then and it's true today, there aren't many Western type bars that are still going. The old FLB bar was these two units here, if you remember talking to Mooley earlier on in this video. Maya Pattaya hasn't reopened. I think it was an Indian style belly dancing sort of place, or an Arabic place, I'm not too sure. The kebab place has replaced FLB. Who would have thought? That bar with all 7 o'clock. That bar with all that history. First place to ever do live streaming. First freelancer bar in Pattaya, and now it's a kebab shop. Right place, right location, just the wrong time. And talking of freelancers, how about the Mecca on Walking Street, Insomnia, still going. I'm not really somebody that goes a lot to nightclubs, as I say, but every time I go past here it seems to be packed, and a lot of the girls still like coming here. It's still the place everyone wants to come. Insomnia's upstairs of course, and iBar is on the downstairs. Is the aforementioned Hot Tuna Bar. Complete redevelopment. Still got the live music, but they have jazzed it up, as you can see, lots of screens. They've spent some money on it. They've changed the seating around a little bit so that it's more friendly and you can see the band more, and you can also people watch on Walking Street better. We've come early for a reason. We didn't want to be too loud. It does get really loud in there. Lam Morrison, who's not very well at the moment, used to play here. Obviously he's sick at the moment and won't be able to play. Best of luck to him and get well soon, Lam, if you're watching. But this does get very busy. It's been open, one of the first bars to reopen after COVID as well. So if you're looking for a live music venue, Hot Tuna still doing good. So that is it. I hope you've enjoyed our little tour of Walking Street, October 2022. If you've got any comments, any memories of bars that you might remember, anything I've got wrong, which is very probable, please put it in the comments down below. We do like your feedback, and I do try to reply to as many comments as possible. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be going around Soy Diamond and other areas, maybe even Beach Road, for a walk and talk really soon on the channel. And don't forget, my new bar Milk will be opening real soon on Soy Diamond. But for me, Mr. Egg, back on Walking Street, still open and looking fantastic in October 2022. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.